Good morning, good morning. That's Las Vegas out in front of us. And the runways to Nellis Air Force Base. Might even catch, oh, it sounds like a jet just went over our head. And there it is. You'll see it here in a minute. Looks like he's got some airfoils going off the tip of his wings there. Moisture related. So we went from the snow to the desert. Nice. And then of course we will head back up into the mountains. I was so bummed. I double checked on the adverse weather conditions because I lost 2 hours last night. And I could have been here last night, dropped this trailer, picked this other one up, and headed back. Got up to like mile marker 27 in Arizona because there's a half-hour stretch between Nevada and Utah where you clip Arizona. I like to park up on top up there. You get 4G, big dirt lots. If you try to go to the truck stop at mile marker 4 in Utah, the Pilot, it's always packed unless you get there, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And homie don't play that. So I just park right there on top. And unless I can make it further, provided I can make it, Canaraville, it's in the 45-ish range, I think, mile mark 45. A few people are looking out at the jets landing, doing their takeoffs and landings. But, and then I could have made Denver tonight. But as it is, we made it to the first parking area west of Mesquite, Nevada. We were actually a little west of mile marker 112, exit 112. We got a photographer here. Big old lens on that puppy. Trying to get in-flight photos. But anyway, so I parked up on the hill up there and sent dispatch a message stating that because of the accident on the truck, and why did this guy pick this lane? And the snow, I lost 2 hours. Well, I double checked the adverse weather conditions and they give you 2 hours, but I don't think you'll ever really be able to use them. The only time that you can use them is, and I don't care if you had adverse weather conditions or not, it's kind of BS. If you run out of your 14, you can't use it. So like last night, I sat there for 2 hours. I had maybe 15 minutes of my window. Oh no, wait a minute. Sorry, it was a half an hour. Because I was going to do a half-hour break, and I think I had 35 minutes. Yeah. So I was going to come down here, swap trailers, do a break, and then take off. I had the time to do that. But of course, somebody doesn't know how to drive in the snow, and they shut it all down. So I lost big time. I ended up pulling over with 2 minutes left. Oh, there's a, what do they call those? The flying wing the B-2 bomber. It'll be coming over here by that light pole right here. Just on top of that other pole back there. I don't know if I can zoom into that or not. It's behind those poles right there. That's going behind the light. Or is it the B-2? I think it is. Anyway, so yeah, that kind of shut us down. So the only time that you can use adverse weather conditions is if you start out with your 14 and you already have a load. And so you're driving from A to B and you can drive the full 11. You got basically 45 minutes that you have not used, or that 45 minutes that you have used. So you still have 2 hours and 15 minutes left. See, so then if you get adverse weather conditions, then you can use it because you still had 2 hours and 15 minutes of your 14. There's another B2. But that's a rarity. You know, last night I made a delivery and then a pickup, and I had to hit the scales, and so that put me behind. And nothing you can do about it. So when my time, you know, I had a half an hour that I had to do to reset my clock, which I could have made Vegas easily. Well, then of course that didn't happen because we sat there for 2 hours. So I don't even know why they have that adverse weather conditions. We should be able to, you know, still use it. If you got shut down, and all the criteria was met except for the 14-hour rule. Oh, that's a green light. I thought it was really staying red. So anyway, I sent him a message saying that he could send a truck to me and swap out trailers. I can make Denver, make the morning appointment tomorrow. And gave him all the information that I had that he needed to make his determination. And he just emailed me this morning and says, I don't have anybody, but I did reschedule the appointment for 1 o'clock. And I'm like, okay, well, I can make that. So we'll drive as far as we can tonight. I don't know if we get adverse weather again or not. It might help a little bit because we're just due to drop and hook and boogie woogie back out of town. So we'll see what happens. This is a heavy trailer, so I have to be careful. I'll have to put some wood down so the trailer doesn't sink into the ground. Trying to find a spot where nobody is at, and I think there's one right there. So I don't have any trailers in the nose. Do my paperwork here. I'll pause you. Okay. We'll squeeze it in between a water truck, a parking lot trailer, and a quality trailer. A little bit of a snug fit. I'll show you what I mean with this truck coming up on us. Clear mirror. Clear prop. Looks like a Ritchie Brothers auction truck. Now I can spin it. There we go. Okay. Good to go. See you in a bit. Okay. We have our new load. Going to Aurora, a load of tires. 27.5. The load we just brought in, we were, what, 77,000? Now we're going to be, what's 25 and 35? 62,000. So we dropped 61,000 actually, because 34 and 25. It's 59 plus 2, 5, 61.5. So we dropped basically 15,500 pounds. So that's good for climbing hills and in the snow. There's another jet. Look at that one there. It's coming up. What the heck is that thing? I know what it is. Just can't think of it. There's been a few different planes taking off. Their practice runs. Almost looks like they're going on a mission. I don't know if you can hear that, but it sounds sweet. Thunder of the jets. This is 025061. There goes another one. Writing the numbers on this paper sheet, the receipts. We have what we call trip numbers. So I'm putting them down on these scale tickets so they know what it goes to. And you put them on the receipts too, then they automatically know where those go as well. Because yesterday I was going to go to the pilot and do the receipts, but not the receipts, the scale ticket. But I stopped in Fruta because I messed up thinking I was picking up at the Volvo, and of course we didn't. So I was over there, there's a truck stop right next to it. I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to get this right now, the scale ticket, do it right now and get it over with. That way I don't have to pull off the freeway at another truck stop at the Pilot Flying J and get it done. So I just paid cash because we get, over there we get, it goes through the corporate card. But they'll pay for it, they just won't run the corporate card, so I just pay for it cash and then let the money come back to me via the paycheck, non-taxable section. Anyway, see you in a bit. Okay, we're off and running. I tell you, it feels a lot better to have a lighter load when you go to take off. Anyway, when you're heavy, it's like a boat anchor. It just takes, what, 0 to 60, 15 minutes? Not that bad, but pert near that bad. This guy is like right on the corner. Always give clearance for clearance. What I mean by that is I could have made that corner tighter, but no, not when there's somebody standing there. Just go all the way as you can go. So when that trailer came around, it was coming around in this lane and not the one on the right. So we should, I guess, head back up in the mountains and go through some more snowstorms. I guess California is getting hammered right now outside of Baker. A message came through a computer system saying that eastbound 15, and it's northbound, it's an odd number. So she said it was eastbound, but regardless, I knew what she meant. It said from Zizek's Road. A lot of you may know that road. And I think it's through those mountains right there. You leave Baker, California, northbound. That's a long grade uphill. I think I don't know if I've ever measured that one mileage-wise or not. Maybe I did. I think I'm going to say every bit of 10 miles. Because maybe even longer than that. Eisenhower Hill, I always call Eisenhower Hill, Eisenhower Tunnel, is cresting underneath the Grapevine, is about 7 miles long. It's a steady, 7% grade. And the one out of Baker is pretty nasty. But, I am so glad I'm not in California. They are so ridiculous with their chain laws. I mean, the roads are wet, and it might snow for a mile up on top. And it's barely sticking up on top. But 20 miles away, or 10 miles away, they'll make you put chains on. And they'll inspect your chains before you go. So needless to say, it is a nightmare. You've got to have all 4 on your drives, and you got to have both, one on each axle on your tandems. So you could have one on the front, on the passenger side, one on the rear on the driver's side, or both on either axle. It don't matter. You just have to have two chains all the way in the back. And they strictly enforced it, just like communists do, communists. But anyway, it looks like we're all headed that way now. So I feel sorry for those boys over there. Like last night, that video was already posted. It's that hellacious storm we got caught in, Utah. It said chains advised for semis. And we plowed right through that with no chains. Of course, we have snow tires, but I'm just letting you know that the differences between the states and how they treat and react to snow situations. You know, I mean, you barely ever chain up in Utah and Wyoming. Mandatorily, I should say. You do in Colorado, which is kind of BS sometimes, but I do understand it. Vail and Eisenhower, they had problems. That's why they did it. People don't know how to drive in it. They don't know when they need chains. They're too lazy to do it. I've always said, you know, training people up in the mountains, if you ever see me put chains on, I would advise you to do the same thing. But you can get to a point where you don't chain up anymore, but you also know the area. If you don't know the area, it's, you know, chain up. So as our drop-in hook, you know, I didn't film what I was actually doing. I probably need to start doing some of that. I do have a GoPro to do that with now, but I'm still in the testing phases of using it. But we will get it up and rocking and rolling pretty soon. I think I'm going to wait for the microphone to get in and pray it's compatible. It is compatible for my phone, and so it'd be nice to have a wireless mic. Really important, there's nobody behind me. And really important for this person to be ahead of me. Look at that. That's what we deal with. I was fixing to pass that car, but I was thinking about it. Then he put on his brakes. There's nobody behind us now. And nobody coming for a while. He had plenty of time to wait a minute, a few seconds. Ridiculous. Anyway, see you in a bit. Okay, we're back in Utah. Pretty close to where we got shut down last night. I'll point it out to you here shortly. Good traveling roads now. think it was right there where that truck was coming around in the southbound lanes. But I'll know once we get up over here. It's kind of hard to tell. It was nighttime, of course. I think it might be this next one coming up. Oh no, when we get over there. Yeah, I think it's up here. There was even a plow truck that was coming down southbound on the northbound lanes. Have to remember to get washer fluid. We used quite a bit yesterday. Well, we just put in 2 gallons, so. Yeah, that spot where that truck was coming around, that was it. Back behind us a bit. That's where we were shut down. Because I remember going here, the rest area is coming up. And we passed that. You can see how wide that road is on the southbound lanes. Get over here, you can see a little bit better. They were down to 1 lane. I was coming down to one side, and that guy had his blue and red lights, and he shouldn't have flashed them. That's illegal, I think. Anyway, he did what he did, but then the way the lane was going back and forth, that's why I kind of just stayed put where I was at for a while. There's a big shoulder on the right hand side. Plus there's a decent shoulder on the median side too. On the inside there. Anyway, we're back where it all started from yesterday. Anyway, see you in a bit. Okay. Well, we stopped, took a shower in Beaver, and it was snowing down there. I thought we might get a little bit of snow. We are I-70 eastbound, probably about 10 miles east of Salina, Utah. I don't think we're going to hit any more snow tonight, but we'll see what happens. If we do, I'll film it. It won't be on this video though. This video, we'll just call it good for the night. Speaking of night, it is 5:47. So, part near 6 o'clock. The days are getting longer, and the nights are getting shorter. Is that how it goes? You know, what's the shortest day of the year? December 21st. It goes all the way down, then turns around and goes back up. It's been doing that for millennia. The sun sets on the 21st. I think it stays dormant for a few days and then starts to come back up. Hence the sun has risen. What you make of that, what you will. I think it gets down to like 4:30 at night. The sun goes down, and I think it goes to 9 o'clock. June 21st. That'll be the longest day of the year. Anyway, we have 5.5 hours left. We'll get to... Oh, I'm not sure how far we'll get tonight. I'll have to make sure that there's parking and then see what I have left on my time. I actually have like an hour and 20 minutes extra on my 14. So if I wanted to use that adverse weather condition, you have a 2-hour window, but I would only be able to use an hour and 20 minutes of it if need be. But I don't see a need for that. Keep the pedal to the metal whilst we're on this dry road. Actually just has the cruise control set. Feeling Western Express is going to cut in front of me. Make me let up because he didn't want to. Some real jerks out there, truck drivers, I tell you, some of them. I would have gone right past him. He would have let up for a second. anyway, we'll call this video good for tonight. Have some more coming out. I do have another editor, seems to be working pretty good, but I haven't posted with it yet, so I got to do a little bit more work to it, and then I'll get it done tonight. Hopefully get a video posted tonight. So another thing these guys do, you see that flash? They flash you with their high beams. I turn my lights off, I go like this. And they use their high beams. I don't like that at all. Especially if you look in your mirror just to see if you've cleared them, and then boom, they hit you with their high beam. That's the rudest thing. More people do that than not. Anyway, it sounds like I'm complaining too much. So I'll catch you later. Thanks again for riding shotgun with Mountain Man Mike. Till the next time, enjoy. Peace. Again. See ya.